What's going on, guys? Tyson Brown here, and in today's video I've got a really cool one for you guys. So I want to teach you about how to program properly for a full body routine, what type of movements you should be doing, and how they're going to positively affect your workout. So just think about this. If you want to burn body fat, if you want to gain muscle, if you want to gain strength, one of the best things you can do, and that I advocate a lot, is doing full body workouts. For the first 3 years of my lifting, when I learned how to lift properly, I did full body workouts. At the start, I kind of just did whatever because I was younger and I didn't really know. But when I actually got a structured program of full body workout, that's when I really started getting results. And that's what I suggest for a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, to train 3 times a week full body, or to do an upper body, lower body split. Now, for the full body workout, a lot of people have been asking me, Tyson, what is a full body workout? What should these exercises be? So I'm going to share with you the 7 key exercises that you should be doing in all full body workouts. That way you're going to be hitting the muscles groups 3 times a week, you're going to be getting through stimulation, and they're going to get you the best bang for your buck. Now the reason I recommend these 7 movements is because they're our primal patterns, which means we've used them all throughout our life. We use them every day. They're very, very common in with humans. So that's why they're so important to master. And once you master these, you're going to become better at moving, better at living, better at doing all these different types of things. So the first thing you guys want to focus on is the squat. The squat is, for me, I think it's one of the top 2 exercises you should do. Now, with the squat, there's a lot of different variations. You've got the high bar squat, the low bar squat, the goblet squat, the front squat, the hack squat, split squats, all these different variations. It doesn't matter what type of squat you do, but you need to learn the fundamentals of how to squat properly, and that should be the first of your movements. Because the squat is such a full body exercise, it's so complex and it's very taxing on the body. If you do it correctly, if you do it heavy, it's going to take a lot of energy, it's going to get you a lot of results, and you're going to get the best bang for your buck. So focus on doing squats first, and I suggest you learn how to squat properly. Squatting properly means getting to a parallel, getting at a 90-degree angle from your knee to your hip. Now, a lot of people, if you're taller, it's going to be harder for you, I understand. So you might not be able to go all the way, but people, the average person, should be able to squat to parallel. That's the first one. The second movement you guys want to focus on is any sort of pulling movement. Now, the reason pulling is so important is because you're going to be doing it every day. If you need to pull yourself over, let's think back in the day, if you had to pull yourself up, you have to grab and use your back muscles to pull yourself up. If a tiger was chasing somebody and they couldn't pull themselves up a tree, they're dead. If you need to pull something off the ground, if you need to grab something and pull it up, it's going to be like a bent over rope. So you've pretty much got 2 different types of pulling motions. You've got vertical pulling, and you've got horizontal pulling. Now you should always incorporate some sort of pulling into your workout. So it could be a row, it could be a pull up, it could be a seated row, it could be a chin up, could be face pulls. There are a lot of different movements you can do for the pulling movement, but you want to make sure they're high repetitions and high volume, so you're getting a lot of volume and exercise to your back. Now, the reason I recommend doing a lot of back movement is because a lot of people, they're at their desk, they're hunched over all day. People like to do, us guys, we like to do a lot of pushing movements, overhead press, all that type of thing. And what happens over time, these muscles get stronger and get tight, which means it's going to pull you forward in this rounded motion. But if you do more pulling movements and you strengthen your back and you get your back bigger, it's going to put you in a proportion. So always focus on doing more pulling movements than pushing movements, making sure you're doing a lot of volume. So high reps and high sets of pulling movements. That's the second one. The third thing you want to focus on is, of course, pushing movements. Now, pushing movements, they're the same type of thing. There's vertical pushing movements, there's horizontal pushing movements. If you're going to get yourself off the ground, what are you going to do? You're going to push yourself off the ground. If you've got to push someone, if you've got to get a car, what are you going to do? You're going to push that car. If you're going to get in a tackle or something, you're going to push your body weight. So pushing is another key important thing we do all the time. Now, with pushing movements, you've got vertical and horizontal. Like I said, pushing yourself off the ground, which is a push-up, is horizontal. A vertical push would be an overhead press. A vertical push can be as you do your seated chest press. There's a lot of different vertical and horizontal pushes too, but some of the best things you want to focus on is the overhead press, so pushing something over the body, and also the bench press and the push-up. They're probably the 3 best pushing movements you can do for a workout. There are other ones too that of course you want to put in there, but if you want to get good results, make sure you push and make sure they're heavy too. So with the pushing movement, you can actually go less repetitions, heavier weight, and then with the pulling movements, lighter weight with more repetitions. So that way you're getting stronger here, but you're building up your back volume, which means it's gonna pull it all in a proportion because your back's gonna get bigger and stronger.